Hello and welcome, comrades. Today's video will be all about the concept MCQs from ancient India. This is the part 1, which will contain 10 questions. The usefulness of this video lies in the fact that as you deal with the questions, you not only are made aware of the possible answers and your MCQ improves, but it also helps you in creating a chronology of ancient India in your mind. Because history or any other subject for that matter has an inbuilt capacity of confusing you with the chronology of the events or how things happened, what were the reasons behind that happening there. So it's not all about facts and figures, it's about understanding the circumstances around which events occurred, which helps us in remembering, memorizing, recalling them at ease. So keeping this thing in mind, we'll start this new series and we'll begin with ancient India. Let's look at the very first question. Which of the following statements are true? Traces of agriculture can be found from the Suleiman ranges from about 5,000 years ago. B. In India, the evidences for first grown rice has been found in regions north of the Vindhyas. इस क्वेश्चन का अर्थ बिल्कुल ही साफ है कि हमें जो राइस के पहली बार अगर राइस ग्रो हुई होगी तो उसके एविडेंसेस हमें विंध्यास के पास मिलते हैं, जहाँ पे नर्मदा भी बहती है, और एग्रीकल्चर का ट्रेसेस हमें सुलेमान रीजस में मिलता है, जो कि हमें हमारे नॉर्थ वेस्ट पार्ट ऑफ इंडियन सब कॉन्टिनेंट में मिलता है. तो इसमें हम अगर सोचेंगे कि क्या स्टेटमेंट ट्रू है, देन यू कैन ट्राई आंसरिंग द क्वेश्चन. सो द करेक्ट आंसर ऑफ दिस वुड बी ओनली बी. एंड वाई ओनली बी? द करेक्ट आंसर इज़ बिकॉज सी. सबसे पहले तो ये बात सच है कि ट्रेसेस ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर हमें मिलते हैं, and especially crops like wheat and barley, we have known that these grew in the areas of Suleiman and the Kirthar ranges, as you can see in the map, and this started around 8,000 years ago. Now this was also the time when agriculture had started growing in that place. So if you imagine कि अगर agriculture वहाँ पे 8,000 years ago में आई होगी, तो उस range के बाद सबसे पहले अगर एग्रीकल्चर इंडिया में एंटर करेगी तो वो वेस्टर्न पार्ट में एंटर करेगी, और वेस्टर्न पार्ट में एंटर करने के बाद हमें ये पता चलता है कि देयर आर द विंध्यास रेंजेस वेयर वी फाइंड कि राइस वाज प्रॉब्ली फर्स्ट ग्रोन हियर. सो सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट इज करेक्ट, बट द फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट इज रॉन्ग बिकॉज इट्स नॉट 4,000 ईयर्स अगो, बिकॉज 4,000 ईयर्स अगो इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन आया था. 8,000 ईयर्स अगो हम बात कर रहे हैं नियोलिथिक एज की. दैट हैज़ टू बी केप्ट इन माइंड. Okay, so we'll go to the second question. Second question says, consider the following statements. Assertion है कि the early settlers of Narmada Valley were hunters and gatherers, जिसका reason है कि the area around them was not clear enough for agriculture. And the options are there. ठीक है, अगर इस question को हम सोचते हैं तो इसका आंसर क्या बनना चाहिए? इसका सही आंसर है A, which is कि both A and B are true and B is the correct explanation of A. तो इसको कैसे देखना था कि अर्ली सेटलर्स ऑफ नर्मदा वैली, ठीक है, अगर ये स्टेटमेंट सही है कि वो हंटर्स एंड गैदरर्स थे, तो ऑटोमेटिकली ये भी स्टेटमेंट, इसका रीज़न ये बन सकता है कि एरिया वाज नॉट क्लियर फॉर एग्रीकल्चर, क्योंकि ऑल अराउंड देयर वे फॉरेस्ट. तो फॉरेस्ट में यू कैन डू इज़ ओनली हंटिंग एंड गैदरिंग. वंस दोज एरियाज गेट क्लियर्ड बाय द यूज़ ऑफ आयरन इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स एंड वेरियस टाइप्स ऑफ इक्विपमेंट्स, देन ओनली यू कैन थिंक अबाउट कि आप उस एरिया में एग्रीकल्चर करेंगे. So this goes with the answer. Let's quickly move to the third question. Correct option choose करना है. The first cities in the Ganga region came at about 4,000 years ago, and B is the region south of Ganga is known as Ang. Now इस question में अगर आप ध्यान देंगे तो साउथ ऑफ गंगा को, दिस हैज़ बीन डिस्कस्ड मेनी अ टाइम्स, क्योंकि अंग और मगध दोनों ही बिहार में सिचुएटेड हैं और एक ही एरिया में आसपास सिचुएटेड हैं. वो जो रीजन है वो एक ही एरिया में सिचुएटेड है, बट फिर भी हिस्टोरिकली व्हाट वी से इज़ कि साउथ ऑफ गंगा को हम मगध कहते हैं. तो हमें ये तो पता चल गया आउट ऑफ द डिस्कशन की स्टेटमेंट बी इज़ रॉन्ग. अब इसका सही आंसर देख लेते हैं. द करेक्ट आंसर इज़ डी, नन. नाउ इसका रीज़न ये है कि द फर्स्ट सिटीज़ केम अप इन द गंगा रीजन्स अबाउट 2,500 ईयर्स अगो. So it was not 4,000 years ago. Again, we have discussed 4,000 years ago is something that we are talking about, the Indus Valley civilization. So Indus Valley civilization के बाद जो कि इंडस रिवर पे आएगी, तब लोग वहाँ से मूव करना चालू करेंगे टुवर्ड्स द गंगा प्लेन्स. So when the movement starts, it cannot be 4,000 years ago. It has to be at a point of time which is after 4,000 years ago. So around 2,500 years ago, the cities, we see the trace of cities, we see Mahajanpads and things like that. So तब वहाँ पे गंगा में settlement शुरू हुआ. Now the next question 4. It's a straightforward question. Which of the following are Paleolithic sites? Now it's more of a question which demands you to keep things in your memory. Options are Kurnool Caves, Bhimbetka, Hangsi, Halur and Payampalli. The correct answer of which is B, which is ABC. Bhimbetka is in Madhya Pradesh, Hangsi is in Karnataka, Kurnool Caves, Andhra Pradesh. They are all Paleolithic sites. Halur and Payampalli, which are in Karnataka and Tamil Nadu respectively, they are Neolithic sites. The next question, correct option with respect to the location of the sites. Now Dayojali Hating, Koldeva, Mahagara and Inamgaon. So this again has to be solved on the basis of the memory which you have about the various places. These are the sites, ancient sites. So if you see the correct answer to this is B. 2 pairs are correct. Now which are those 2 pairs? The 2 pairs which are correct are A and C. These are the pairs which are correct. So Koldeva and Mahagara are Neolithic sites in Uttar Pradesh. Daujali Hating is a Neolithic site in Assam. This was also the first stratified site of Northeast. And Inamgaon is in Maharashtra region. So if you see the names like Koldeva and Mahagara, though they may not sound so much to certain names which you can attribute to the region of Uttar Pradesh, but here is the trick. There are certain weird names which can be located at locations where you would have not anticipated them to be. So this one, Daujali Hating, it sounds like something from the northeast. From the sound itself you can understand कि कुछ तो northeast का ही ये region है. Then Inamgaon, ठीक है. 6th question, the correct option with respect to Mehergarh, it's an ancient site. It's located in the fertile plains of Khyber Pass, and B is the first traces of domestication of plants and animals were perhaps appropriated to this place. Now if you saw the discussion of the previous question, I had also told कि मेहरगढ़ के बारे में हमें पता चलता है जब हमें सुलेमान रेंजेस में 8,000 years ago में मिलता है. मेहरगढ़ वहीं पर है. But now the question is whether the first statement is correct or not. So the answer to this question is C, only B is correct, because Mehergarh, a Neolithic site, is located in the fertile plains of Bolan Pass. And yes, definitely you find the traces of domestication of plants and animals in this place. The Suleiman Karthar ranges का ही region है ये. Question number 7. Consider the correct statements on painted graveware. It's a type of pottery that was found in the Harappan civilization. Now A is they were hard and sturdy. B, they were delicate and thin. C, they were used for all practical purposes. And D, they were used on special occasions or as utensils. So this is something where you have to use your common sense. 2 of the statements are related to each other and the other 2 are related to each other. So if you guess one, the other one will automatically be guessed. So agar, let's see the right answer. The right answer is B, which is B and D. Why? Because C, if they are delicate and thin, then they will not be used for all practical purposes, otherwise they would get broken. So they were delicate and thin and they were used on special occasions or as utensils. Yeah, they have been, so the explanation is that they have been excavated in some iron sites like Mathura and Hastinapur. As the name suggests, it had grey surface with line drawings on it. The next question, weights during the Harappan times are generally made up of. So if you know the answer, you know the answer. The answer is B, chert. Chert was a type of stone used in weights. Sedimentary type of stone, sedimentary rock. Carnelian was a red stone. It was used in jewelry. And fines is a very peculiar type of stone. It was also used in things of daily utility and also on special occasions. This is a very interesting material that we get. It's a material, artificial material, which was prepared by mixing sand, gum and quartz by the Harappans. 9 number, which of the following are correct with regards to the Mahajanpadas? A, they had fortifications around their cities. B, there was no system of taxation. C, punched marked coins had come into use. D, a standing army was maintained by the Rajas. Now, let's see the answer of this first and then the explanation. The answer is B. B is ACD. So if you look at the statements, of course, we have come to a time Mahajanpadas when there will be different Mahajanpadas fighting for land. So they need protection. You also had heard that Rajgir, the capital of Magad, was situated at a place which was protected by the mountains. So they needed fortification around the cities. So fortification, they also would need army, standing army for maintaining the Rajas, because standing army was a thing which was not found in the Harappans. Then, if there was standing army, then they needed a standing army. For payment of the standing army, they would need a system of taxation. So then there is no means to say that there was no system of taxation. So B is automatically wrong. Then if system of taxation was there, then there has to be something which was used, maybe in cash or kind, or maybe to pay the soldiers in cash or kind. So punched mark coins had come into use. The last question: match the 6 schools of philosophy with their composers. These are 6 schools of philosophy. Even if you know one of them, it would be easy to cancel out others. So the most obvious one is yoga, that's Patanjali. If you see C is to 4, then you're able to answer that the answer is C. And after that, there's some interesting fact that you need to know, that the Uttar Mimamsa is the one which is called the Vedanta school. And the Vedanta has several subsects. In Uttar Mimamsa is also sub-school. It has the sub-schools, and the various sub-schools deal with the issues of Atman and Brahman, whether they are same, whether they are different. Then we come across Adi Shankaracharya's Advait, then there is Dvait, there is Dvait Advait, then Vishisht Advait, things like that. These are the sub-schools of Vedanta philosophy, which was given by Vyas. Now, this marks the end of the MCQ conceptual questions from ancient India. But we'll end this session with a note by again Maharishi Vyas, which states that fate and free will are equally powerful forces. But I consider free will to be more important, as it is your free will that determines your fate. Thank you.